Streaming.
Georgia, lay down.
Welcome back.
Am I doing the intro? Or
Yes,
you doing
yes,
it?
yes.
Okay.
Come on in.
Welcome back, everybody. It's Clifford coming to you live from, where are the cameras? There's the camera.
Here you are.
Coming to you live from Bloomington Normal. Born, not born, raised I was born in Litchfield, Illinois, but I've lived here for like 15 years, and I'm always looking for the greatest things to do in town. And this is Mr. Chad Barth.
Well, today we're joined by a sage and savant of snipping and styling, specializing in skin fades, blade shaves, cutting-edge haircuts, and even color services. You can book a cut in downtown Bloomington on Instagram at Brimstone Barber, or come by for a walk-in at the Barber College, 1624 South Taylorville Road on the south side of Decatur. It's Griffin and Steven. Welcome to the show.
Woo! Yeah. Woo! Everyone clap.
Sound effects.
Georgia, clap.
I love it. Well, you can't judge a book by its cover. You might look intimidating, serious, but the reality is really the opposite. You love almost everybody, get along so well with even difficult people. What can you say right off the bat about how rewarding it can be to just get to see people and hang out? Sorry. This question is for Georgia.
It's for Georgia.
Can you, Steven, can you hold up?
Speak.
Thank you. Yes.
Wow.
Good.
Why would you say something so controversial yet so brave?
Canceled.
I love it. Well, and anyways, for you guys, how do you pick your example clients, though? Are there cuts that turned out well that you wish you could post, but you just didn't know your clients like that, or the vibes were just off?
I absolutely play favorites. I'm being fully honest with that one. And
heard it here.
If I really get along with a client and I don't feel super awkward asking to take a picture of their haircut, then I'll do it. But there's definitely times where it's like you have a dude who's just not, I don't know, he's not meshing well, or he's having an off day or something, and it's like
It's just not vibing.
it's just not vibing.
Yeah.
You're like, man, this is a great haircut, but I gotta let it go. I can't show it off. But, oh well.
Yeah.
I think for me, it's like if you didn't establish that communication or like that in-depth conversation, it's kind of hard to get up in somebody's face and take pictures.
Yeah, fair.
So like if it's more of like, how was your day? And it's like good, and you can tell they don't really want to talk. At the very end, you're like, by the way, can I like take pictures of you? It's kind of hard to like start that. So it's if you're like your favorite, like a reoccurring person, then it's a lot easier to ask.
Well,
sure.
on the flip side, if you're camera ready, if you are the kind of personality that you're ready to be posted, does that mean you got a better haircut so that you're ready to be ready for the gram, huh?
I mean, I always try my absolute hardest, especially in like school. You know, obviously I'm gonna make mistakes, but I feel like I don't know. It's to say like I'm gonna pick favorites or like try harder on someone that I know and that comes back to me, and opposed to someone new. It's like I gotta try my hardest each one for sure.
Good answer. I appreciate
Yep.
that.
But you do that for everyone, right?
I try my hardest.
There's never really favorites.
Yeah.
That's all a lie.
No favorites. Just lied.
Wow, I love it. Well, Griffin, you've moved shops a time or two. What does it take to be a good shop? What do you look for when you're looking for a shop? And Steven, what are you looking forward to in a place that you're looking around at where you're going to cut hair in the future? What stands out to you? What do you want in a barber shop?
I think one of the most important things is camaraderie, like with your coworkers and like getting along really well. It's worked in situations where it's kind of like bad mouthing behind your back and everybody's kind of at odds with each other, and it's really awkward, but nobody wants to address it. So I definitely feel like the emotion of the shop is really important. Also, like the vibe, like you're there all day long, and so I mean you got to be in a place that's super comfortable for you. I think those are top two of the most like important things to worry about.
Because I imagine that hasn't always been the case for you. You've been doing it for like 10 years, whatever. So I mean, I don't know exactly how long,
this
but
is year 7, so I was a very close guess.
almost
but,
as close.
Yeah,
What
definitely.
was the
Practically a
worst
decade.
shop that you ever? No, I'm just-
Name names. What town were they in?
I've only worked in Bloomington, so there's a hint.
Okay.
For me, like what I would be looking for a shop, definitely the people, like who you're gonna be working with. if you're gonna spend your whole day there, you want to be able to like mesh pretty
Mhm.
well, and it's like everybody's got to row the boat, so you want people that are gonna actually put in that work with you
Right.
and match your like work ethic, and
Yeah.
so like that's big, and also I feel like people that are like financially smart too. So
Oh, jeez.
so
What are you doing? You're breaking our studio.
you want to be able to like
Ease
I don't
up,
know,
Steven.
have the same mindset as you, I guess. There.
I love it. I love it. What goes into a shop playlist? What do you? Does that change per the client, or is that's you? That's your workspace?
I would, yes and no. When I first started, I would very heavily curate the playlist to be fitting towards like everyone. It would just be like a mix of things.
Right.
But over the years, I've definitely kind of put my foot down and be like, look, like I'm here all day. You're not.
This
You're
is
here for
my
30 minutes.
space.
I'm gonna listen to what I want to listen to.
Yeah.
And it kind of just depends on the mood I'm in each day, or who's working. Like there's days like if I'm working alone, I'll throw in like metal music or something. But
Sure.
if like all my coworkers are there and we all have clients, it's usually something that's a little bit more tamed. But
What's been like the strongest reaction from a client to your playlist?
oh my god, dude! That the first thing that comes to mind is this lady brought her kid in. I was cutting the kid's hair, and she left us a review, and it was 3 stars. But she
Oh.
raved about how much she loved her kid's haircut, how polite I was, like she loved the shop, everything was great. But then at the end, she's like, the music was just not enjoyable.
Oh
But
my
we were
God.
playing Red Hot Chili Peppers.
What?
So I'm like, I feel like that's pretty like
It's
middle
pretty
of the road.
accessible,
Like,
yeah.
not
Like-
everybody likes it, but like,
But who hates it? you
yeah.
know?
So I was just
Oh,
like,
well.
all
Drop it
right.
2 stars is insane.
Right.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
for
Drop
just-
2 stars for Red Hot Chili Peppers. She's like, nah, that ain't it.
She's just that much of a hater. That's funny.
As if that's what she wants people to know that are looking for a barber shop. Like, where's a good haircut I can get? Oh, 2 of these stars are going to go towards the music.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, it
nuts.
goes to show how important that is
Oh,
for
I
some
guess.
people.
Or people crazy, I guess. You
Has
can't
she,
please
Has
everybody.
she been back?
No, I never saw her again.
Oh, man. That's too
And
bad.
then,
Has
I-
anyone like ever asked you to like please change the music?
No, I've never had anybody ask to change it. But I have had like, there was one time I was working alone one day, and this like older guy came in, and I was playing like some pretty heavy music, and he's like, a little bit of a change up than when I'm usually here. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm the only one here today, so sorry.
You're stuck with it. What about for you, Steven?
My teacher has the playlist on lockdown.
Oh, okay.
So we got a little bit some different music. Like last week, he was playing some funk. It was weird.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
weird for Kraus.
Yeah, yeah. Tell me about it.
Whenever I
But-
was at college, it was Soundgarden, like a ton of it.
Oh.
And then there was one student there. He was always pissed about it every single time. I think he did it on purpose, actually.
For that one guy,
Yeah.
he's like, I know he hates Soundgarden, so that's great. Oh well, I guess I have the ad.
There you go.
This episode is brought to you by Rad Media. Got a child's birthday party, corporate event, bachelor party, or funeral coming up? Then you're going to need a balloon artist
That's right.
for your funeral. With small, cute, wearable creations to show-stopping multi-balloon sculptures, you'll have everyone marveling from the youngest nieces and nephews to grandpa and grandma. Call or text 309 200 5229. That's 309 200 5229.
Yes.
And thank you to Rad Media for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you.
Balloon
Well,
animals.
we all have bad days, and a lot of dudes don't go to the therapy, but they go to the barber. What's something crazy someone has told you in their chair?
I don't like. Should I?
Take all the names out. Take
Yeah.
all the
Yeah, just no names. Just
Change the
identifying
names to protect the
information.
innocent.
This is better though, because I feel like we should end on the bet.
Dude, I have a lot of stories.
All right, I'll go first. So I had a guy. I had a guy in my chair. He was like a business guy, and he did a lot of traveling. But he was in town for something, and he figured he'd get cleaned up before he had a meeting. And so we got to talking, and I basically like asked him what did you do for fun? And he said he likes to travel overseas, and one of the places was Amsterdam. And so I kind of asked him like, what all you do in Amsterdam, and he brought up like the red light district essentially.
Oh,
And I thought that was pretty crazy. But I'll never forget him saying that it's not as fun when it's legal,
Oh, no.
which is insane. And then he went into talking about his wife. And so that was
Right
also kind
after
of a
that,
weird transition. Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
are they related?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy because you don't have any sort of confidentiality agreement or
Right, yeah.
No. It was just like, hi, my name is blank. And I'm like, cool, nice to meet you. And he's like, just going straight into that. And I'm like, okay.
So what did you say? What was your reaction?
It's a lot of, oh, wow. It's like I mean,
That's crazy.
yeah. That's awesome. Do you guys still keep in tag?
All the friends you made in the red districts.
Yeah.
Hopefully his meeting went well, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hopefully. And I hope that you made a difference for just giving him the flyest haircut.
Yeah. How do you know the guy in the next barber chair over isn't a cop as well? That's like,
Ooh.
That's overseas.
Yeah, that's
Amsterdam.
it's fair game there.
Local police force. This is your tip.
yeah, yeah.
Go undercover as a
Very
barber.
anonymous right now.
You'll get
but
so much
keep an eye out.
information.
Dude, that's real. I have some cops that come in, and some of the people like around. It's like you should probably not. You should probably shut up.
I know one of the cops that sees you.
Yes.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
Weirdly enough, I
Yeah.
I don't know if this is pretty on par with Stevens. I guess I'm gonna tell a different story than I originally was, but it goes along with Stevens. I once had a guy I'd been cutting his hair for a while, so it was like we knew each other fairly well. I wouldn't say we were like best friends or anything. Not good enough of knowing each other.
Not from
for
your
him to tell me this.
perspective, but
Yeah,
apparently.
not from my perspective, but he had this guy had been coming in, and he was telling me about how he went home with this guy, and I'm like, oh, cool, like have whatever.
Oh.
And then he's telling me about it. He's like, yeah, he's so nice. He cooked me dinner. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. He goes, yeah, and then later we got a little intimate, and he I guess we'll say defecated on him, and he's like, and I really liked it. I was like, I think we should probably stop each other.
Did you actually say that?
I looked over at him and I was like, hey man, let's reel it in. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm
TMI.
like, yeah. I'm like whatever, say whatever, I don't care. But in that moment, I was like, hey,
That's
babe,
crossing the line
This is the
there.
part where I'm gonna tell you to shut up.
Were you in school?
How strong of a shampoo
yeah, I
do
was
you
in
have to
school.
use for
Yeah,
you
that
to
was what was
couple
worse.
touches
Is I
there
was
after that?
I was in school when that happened too, so I was like, oh my god. dude.
I did not sign up for this.
But
Yeah.
I guess
How long
like
ago was this?
I guess following with like the people using it as therapy though, there's some wild stories of like first time meeting somebody and they're like, yeah, I'm getting a divorce.
Oh my
And it's like, oh, okay. And then you just hear all the drama and you're just like, all right, dude, cool.
I will say though, it is cool. Like, realistically, as a guy going to the barbershop,
yeah.
it's like one of those times where you don't you sit down and you relax.
Yeah.
Right.
And that truly, like, as a kid, I didn't really appreciate it, but now, like, going and sitting down and just spending time talking to Griff, because Griffin's my barber, and so being able to
Look
just
how
talk
bad
to
his
him,
hair looks.
but just being able to unwind, it is
Right.
nice. So I can see why people kind of like will open up sometimes a little too much to strangers, but
They just get a little too comfortable.
I guess so.
That's great.
Well, Griffin, I know you've grown out your hair a time or two. It makes for a great before and after photo for sure, for your page or whatever. But there's an internal conversation the whole time about how long do you take it? Where is this thing going? When do I cut it? Do I shape it? Do I keep going? When you're thinking about chopping it all off, what are some good reasons that you should listen to in your internal or external dialogue? And what's some bad reasoning and you should just keep it going?
Like bad reasonings to cut your hair?
Yeah.
When people tell you to. Be
It's
your own
anybody
person.
besides yourself.
Yeah, I feel like over the years there's been quite a few people that come in and they want to do something drastic that they don't want to do, but somebody else has been telling them to. It's whether it be friends, a spouse, whatever. And I guess my number one recommendation on that is just do you. Don't let people bully you around. Life's too short to not do what you want with your hair, of all things.
Yes.
But then I guess when it comes to like you were saying, like growing it out, shaping it, whatever, maybe just trim it up from here and there, but kind of just have to deal with it.
Yeah.
You have to go through awkward stages, and I think a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
I get a lot of questions of like, I want to grow it out. What do I do? I'm like, why are you here? Don't cut it.
Is there any techniques for growing it out? Or?
Yeah, magic. Just kind of wave your hands around it and hope
Is
it
there
grows.
a right way to grow it?
Push really hard like a Play-Doh man.
Stay far away from the barber. That's all you got to do. Huh?
Yeah, I love seeing all my clients. I'm very fortunate that over the years I've been able to curate my books to people I know really well at this point, and I kind of see the same people over and over again every month, and it's a really, really fortunate thing I have, and it's something I really, really appreciate. But I always think it's really funny when it's like guys I've known for years and they're like, I want to grow it out a bit. What should I do? I'm like, I don't know why you're here.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with you, but maybe just grow it out.
Yeah.
That was me.
Yeah.
Saw you every so often, and then all of a sudden I stopped going. I was like, well, I'm growing it out.
Yeah.
So
Well, I have a question. Do you know, like, when somebody walks in, since you have such a big clientele and they're reoccurring, do you know what everybody gets?
Oh yeah.
You like memorize that?
I don't know how I've memorized it, but yeah, pretty much almost every single one of my clients, as soon as they sit, I'm like, same as usual, and they're like, yep.
Nice.
What if you
into it.
confuse two people that look alike?
Oh, dude, that's happened. I'm not gonna lie. But it was like people I didn't know super well, and then
cool.
I mean, it went well. That was like when I first started off, like early on. I had like there was two guys specifically that I always got mixed up because they looked a lot alike, and their jobs were similar. One was a fireman, one was a cop. So I had like they both got like similar haircuts, and that was like my notion, I guess, where I was like, oh, same guy.
Yeah.
And one dude did like a skin fade though. One dude did not. Gave the guy that did not a skin fade, and he's like, it's a little shorter than usual. I'm like, oh, what was this? But
You can usually tell too, like
Yeah.
if they're doing the same thing
General
as last time.
Nice.
Like if it looks like a side part, it's
Yeah.
a side part.
Love it.
But I think at this point though, since it's like it happened, I've made those mistakes like earlier on, but like I said, now it's like there's some people I see every other week. Like I see them so consistent that it's like easy to remember. Or if like I'm go too short or something like that, they've never told me. So
Yeah, I know.
shout out to any client I've taken your hair too short on, I guess.
I mean, if it's too short, it'll grow out.
Yeah, I mean that's the glory about hair. It'll come back. So. But-
You only have to deal with it for a little bit of time.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, I mean, when you're growing your hair out, though, maybe another great way to check in with your barber and just see is blade razor shave, right? Like,
Oh, yeah.
trim up that beard, shape it up. I think not enough guys try a real like barber, straight razor, clean shave. I mean, that's a beautiful thing, huh?
Oh, that is definitely true. Not a lot of people do it. It's, I don't think I've had a shave in almost a year now. That
Wow.
I've done on somebody, but I mean it's cool. It's fun.
I'm not allowed
It's-
to.
It's,
Really?
Ah!
I'm not
You
allowed-
have to like
I think
have a
it's
certain amount of schooling to do
Oh.
that.
No, it's because I think okay. So I can do a straight razor on their necks. I can do it on their heads and on their cheeks, but I cannot do it anywhere on the throat.
Okay.
I think
you
it's
just
like
can't do it yet.
Yeah,
So
but-
you'll eventually be able to do it. You just have to hit a certain number of hours first.
okay. Yeah, that's what I've been told. I mean, it's probably a good idea too.
Right.
'cause
I think you should just start now. Do you want to do
Yeah.
it live?
Yeah,
I can do it.
first time.
when to learn straight razor, I actually had my wife. She let me shave her legs with it.
Oh wow!
So it's
It's good practice.
yeah, it made it easier.
That's a good idea.
Well, so, and speaking of which cut you're going to get, reference photos. So they're your eye into the mind of your clients. It's a picture's worth 1,000 words. What do you wish your clients knew about choosing a good reference photo for themselves, and why does it not work to just say, surprise me?
Don't ever say surprise me to me. That is, usually I'm pretty easygoing, but as soon as somebody's like, I don't know what I want, just surprise me. immediately. I'm like, you mother. Like, I get so frustrated.
It's like, all right, I'll
But-
make you look like a poodle.
Yeah.
Right, but I don't know, like with reference photos, just don't be weird about it. I've definitely had some weird photos over the years. I don't know if you like
If they're curly hair, do they have to bring curly hair reference? Or if it's straight hair, do they have to bring straight hair reference?
yeah, absolutely. Be mindful of your reference photos. Like people will bring me in photos of like somebody who has a completely different hair type, hair texture, and I'm like, you can't do that. Like, I can give you this haircut.
Yeah.
Your hair will not do that.
No
though.
amount of product will
Yeah.
like make their hair from straight to curly or
Yeah, like there's a big trend of like middle parts for a while, and they would show me photos of like people with like super nice, thick, flowy hair, but then these guys would have like pencil straight hair that just would not do that. I'm like, you want this?
Yeah.
Are you sure? And then they would love it, but it wouldn't look good.
Have you ever had anyone bring in a reference photo of someone whose hair was like obviously longer than theirs was?
Oh yeah.
It's like,
Yeah,
make my hair look like that.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
had people
add
like
hair.
show me photos where it's like this really long head of hair and they don't have that at all. And I'm like, what do you want me to do? So they're like, oh, just like kind of start this. I'm like, what do you
Just
I don't-
just make it that it grows that way.
Yeah.
Extensions. We do extensions at the barbershop.
Right.
How many wigs?
Steven, you had any
that look like
weird
this?
photos in school?
to be honest, it's probably just with the trend of AI, but
Oh yeah.
like today I got another AI photo
Oh,
of like
wow.
haircuts. And it's just like it's weird cuz like something is uncanny about it, and it just immediately tells me like I'm like this is AI. But I'll like today I said to one of the parents that showed me a photo, I was like man, AI is getting good. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, that's an AI photo, and they're like, what? It's just so weird how like I don't know what they type in, I don't know how they find it, but that's like the reference photos now that all the parents or just people in general are just showing us.
Are there any that just like defy the laws of nature, where it's just like that is not possible to do?
It's pretty good,
Okay.
which is scary.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. Like even the hair texture, it's just like I don't know. It is kind of crazy how good AI is making images now.
Sure.
Yeah, I feel like 3 weeks ago it was like if you tried to get AI to make a photo of a hand, you were looking at
Yeah.
some alien
Right.
primate. But now it's catching up.
I mean, I guess it can be helpful to people if they're looking for something specific.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hey, I want this. Look
Yeah.
for that. But yeah. Sorry, I forgot.
No,
I
that's
was gonna
great.
say
I
something,
love it.
forgot.
Well, this episode is brought to you by Rad Media. What gift means the most? A hug? A family heirloom? A brand new car? Wrong. It's photos. If you want the person you love to know that you actually love them, you need to schedule a photo shoot. Call or text 309-200-5229 or catch a mini session by following Rad Media on Instagram at Real Rad Media. Upcoming is some Easter photos, some Mother's Day photo mini shoots. So keep an eye out, message us, and we'll get you in the loop. And thank you to Rad Media for sponsoring this episode.
Thank you, Rad Media. You're the best. I love you so much.
Taper? I hardly know her.
Is that a question?
Your
Always
comment.
always get a taper. You'll look bad if you don't. I promise.
I love it. No, let's talk about kid hair, though. We all know, or we can at least imagine, how much more difficult a kid cut can be. They move, they cry, they complain, and most people don't give you enough credit for being in one of the most patience-testing professions. What, if anything, is the best part of kid cuts? And what do you wish you could tell the parents that think that kids' cuts should be somehow cheaper than adult cuts?
About the pricing, I can't lie. I do charge less for kids cuts, but I do have a rule though. I only cut the children of my clients,
There
so
you go.
that's kind of
Oh,
where, like,
okay.
benefits out. But
It's almost like package pricing at that point, huh?
yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It's like if some stranger walked in and their kid was terrible, I'd be like, you don't know about this, so full price. But
Yeah.
I I don't know. I think like probably one of the coolest things about doing kids cuts, I think, is like when you become like a part of their routine and everything, and then you see these kids grow up, and I think that's really cool. Like I have art and stuff like that over the years where these like kids bring it in, they're like, oh, just love coming to the barber to get my hair cut or whatever, and it's really cool to see them grow up, kind of form into like little adults and stuff. I have 2 brothers that have been coming to me for years, and I just dawned on me recently that I started cutting their hair when they're like early high school, and one was junior high. One's now in college. One's graduated college and is like works at Rivian and married and everything. And it's like, wow, it's kind of insane to think about. And you become like you know so much about these people, and like the same with like when they're kids, like you learn so much about them and you see them grow into these little adults, and it's pretty cool. It's fun being a part of their life in that way, which then I always think it's kind of crazy 'cause it throws me off when I see how big they're getting, and I'm like, dang, I wonder how the parents feel. Like this is wild. But
then you start singing that song from Fiddler on the Roof, like, was this the little boy? No one. Yeah. Okay, I'm an old soul.
Maybe like when I was a young boy.
Yeah,
I know that one.
That's the current one. Yeah, that's the millennial version. What about you, Steven? Have you cut a lot of kids' hair?
I had one today. It was quite challenging. It was, honestly, I was pretty impressed with myself because I stayed calm, and like in my head, I was like, why am I not upset? I was just like, I don't know. I kept just re-correcting and just being patient. But I mean, you have days like that where it's more of them just being upset and they're mad that they're there. Mm-hmm. But then there's some kids that are like excited to get their hair cut, and that's kind of cool. Mm-hmm. But I would say like the one thing that stands out that is the best about cutting kids' hair is like when they're in a good mood, you can kind of get this like sense of you just see like that childhood innocence, and that's just really cool. Day to day being an adult's kind of stressful,
right?
But kind of going back to seeing like what it was like to be a kid, and them just getting excited about the smallest things. It's kind of nice. It takes like a break out of being an adult for a second.
Yes. Are there moments of kid logic that you get in your chair? What are some of the darndest things that kids say while you're cutting their hair?
They ask me if I play Fortnite.
Yes.
You play Fortnite?
They ask me if I know who Ninja is.
Do kids still watch Ninja? I didn't think they did.
They absolutely do.
Okay.
Definitely.
They ask for low taper fades.
They want low taper fades like Ninja.
Nice.
Make me look like Ninja.
Bleach blonde hair.
I've gotten one Skibbity toilet.
Oh yeah, it was blue. That's right. Skibbity toilet. Yeah.
Skibbity toilet.
I freshly got told this morning that I was an old man because I was 26. And I was like, oh, thank you. And then he was like, you listen to old man music. It was bluegrass, but I was like, all right.
That's good music.
Yeah, and then this kid was full of insults, actually. I made a joke that you should get a mullet. He goes, just people that have mullets, just, I don't know, something about them. Just,
How old was this kid?
I think he just turned 13. So I was like, man, this kid is raking me over the coals here. And I looked at his dad, and his dad's like, you better shut your mouth.
You're pushing it.
The guy holding the razor near your head that has a mullet.
Right.
And trash and talking.
Testing fate.
Oh, dude, it's I guess like another thing too is like how thoughtful kids can be towards you. Like most of the time you think you're pretty inadequate to their day. It's like I'm just cutting their hair. It doesn't matter. But like this past Christmas, there was a family that had been coming to me for a while, and their son really wanted to give me a Lego set. So he got me the Jedi Bob Lego set with like the Starfighter. Oh. And I was like, this is so sweet. And then like just little stuff like that, it's like it means a lot to me. Which I mean, parents might not realize or anything like that, but it's like one of those things. Like, man, that's really, really thoughtful. I really appreciate it. I guess that goes for all my clients that bring me gifts. Like during the holidays, like I really, really appreciate it. But when it's like the little kids that are like, I want to get this for Griffin. It's like, what, me? What do I matter?
Yes.
Well, like I told you before, that one guy that cut my hair as a kid, his name was David. He had like long silvery hair and a ponytail. I thought he was like the coolest guy ever.
Way cooler than me.
Yeah. You have it's quite a standard to hit, but like because there's pictures of me getting haircuts from my aunt, and I'm just having the hardest time. You can tell, but I like getting my hair cut by David. I don't know why.
Yep.
So it does make a difference.
Yeah,
I'd
it
say.
sticks with you over time,
Oh,
even
yeah.
though, if you're not their barber forever, you're still like a memorable.
They'll remember
place
you
there.
forever.
Oh yeah, I've had kids like tell me they're like, I just want to go to the cool barber. And it's like, and then they would
cool
like
barber.
they would tell their parents like they didn't want to go to the other person in the shop. They want to come to me. I'm like, I don't know what makes you think that, but I appreciate it. Thanks.
It's the face tattoos.
Yeah, the face tattoos. They're my trashy face tats.
Such a good influence on the kids.
All kids get face tats. They're cool.
You know what you should do? You know how like when you go to the dentist, there's like that treasure chest with like sugar-free suckers,
Oh,
and
yes.
Mm.
you should get like just nothing but stick-on tattoos.
Oh, that's a good idea. I should
Like,
do that.
Pick out a tattoo.
That's sweet, dude. I've had kids like they'll like if they're not getting a haircut, they'll come with like their parents for when they get a haircut, and they'll be like, Griffin, check this out, and they'll like pull up their sleeves and they'll have like little hand tats and stuff. I'm like, that is awesome. And I was
Have
like,
them be just like very mildly disrespectful, like they just say like disobey on them or
They get-
something.
oh, dude,
like-
that'd be sweet.
I
they
talk
get
back.
hack on their knuckles.
You're like heck off across the knuckles. That'd be sweet.
I'm not cleaning my room. I don't know.
Get a bunch with little hearts that say "mom" in the middle. You're like, parents are gonna love these. Just hand those out.
I wasn't allowed to get fake tattoos, so
Not even fake that.
yeah,
Dude,
I'm in the same boat.
yeah.
My
What?
dad, my
Really?
dad was covered in tattoos, and every time I would get like they'd offer one, he'd be like, "I have enough for both of us."
I would get so many fake tattoos. I guess my whole life I always wanted tattoos.
Well, all
Please
my
do that,
friends
though.
would
I think
Dude,
it's a great idea.
I like the idea. I probably will do that actually.
do it, but yeah, make sure it's okay with the parents because it might be my parents. So
That's true. Yeah.
Very conservative. I love it. Well, okay. One thing that people used to say, you should get a haircut a week before a big event. Just kind of seems like one of those, wait 30 minutes after you eat before you get back in the pool, or don't wear white after St. Patrick's Day, or wash your hands after you use the restroom. It's just like something that people kind of say and it doesn't mean anything, right?
I guess it depends on like who you are, I guess, and like how you feel. Like I always feel like my haircuts look a little bit better, a little bit of time after, but I also can't say anything against getting your haircut before an event because I've done it a handful of times.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I've gotten my haircut right before weddings or like right before prom or whatever, and it's like, oh well. But I think it depends on the person. I don't think there's any like really heavy merit to it. Do you think, Steven?
I mean, like, I always think haircuts look better a few days after. I don't know why. I think it's. I genuinely think it's like, I don't know. For me, like my hair wants to position better a few days after. I don't remember when you cut everybody's hair for my wedding, but I think
Yeah, that was like I think like a week before.
yeah,
Right? Yeah.
I
Mm.
thought everybody's hair looked great.
Nice.
Regardless, I mean Griffin's a good barber, but I don't know, something about that. Some days to live into it, and like
I
just
feel
looks
like
better.
too, like the darker your hair is, it'll look better with like that slight stubble coming in, like Vaughn's
Mhm.
hair.
Yeah.
Our buddy Vaughn, he's got really dark, thick hair, and he gets like a slick back with it. And like the next week, you have like little 5 o'clock shadow on the sides. It looks pretty good. So
Nice.
not to gloat on my own haircut, I did. But
Yeah. No, that's what we're here for. I love it. No, yeah, it's that backfill. It just kind of makes it pop. I love it. Good
Yeah.
answer.
What about you, Chad? I cut your hair. You
Yeah.
like your haircut better at
What's your
first or later?
testimony?
My
Give me your
testimony.
testimony.
I'm really bad at making it in planning out like ahead of time before things. It's usually like if there is a big event, I'm like texting you the week of like, brother, I forgot to get a haircut. Get me in.
Please.
Sometimes that works out. Sometimes it doesn't. I should probably just be better about planning my whole life. But I love it. I love it front to back, all the way.
Yeah, I had to get this was the last haircut that I actually got. Unfortunately, it wasn't you, Griffin, because I had already planned on growing my hair out, but my sister was getting married.
Dang
And
it.
I was playing music for the wedding, and she's like, "Can you please get a haircut?" And like my mom was like, "Please, for her, get a haircut." And I was at a festival at the time.
Oh no.
And it just so happened that someone was giving out free haircuts. And I had met him before. And so I was like, "Hey, can you please give me a haircut? I need one for a wedding this weekend." And he did. So that was the last. And it looked good, too. So,
Heck yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, how
That's
often?
honestly, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I still, like, gave him a tip, but he was, like, giving them out for free. So I was like, "Here, because you traveled here." So, but
Probably how he does it too. He's like, you give a free haircut, you're gonna get. I mean, I'd hope
Yeah.
somebody would be willing to tip you, but
right.
Yeah.
yeah, smart.
You hope.
Yeah. Maybe you guys should do that. You should
No,
do haircuts at festivals.
How about that one? Sounds like a lot of people.
If you were a festival person,
Yeah.
then that probably puts a little bit of money back in your pocket. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
could be.
Well, speaking of festivities, this episode is brought to you by Rad Media.
Wow.
You could make that connection in your head. Need to promote your business? There's no better way than with high-quality video. Seeing, hearing, and experiencing your personality helps you connect to your audience and turn them into clientele. Help them visualize the experience you can provide with mouth-watering, pupil-dilating, spine-chilling video. Book yourself... Do you mind?
Oh, sorry.
Book yourself on an engaging podcast like this one, or you could schedule an ad campaign by calling or texting 309-200-5529 5229.
That's right.
I'm so sorry. 309-200-5229. And thank you to Rad Media for sponsoring this episode.
I love it.
Woohoo! Woohoo! Woo!
All
Rad
right.
Media makes all my video advertisements, so shout out them. They're great.
Heck
Love
yeah.
them.
They're pretty awesome people.
I really,
Well-
I really like the guy that runs it. He's a cool guy.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This is all going on a commercial. I love it. A lot of people have something planned right after their haircut: a wedding, a trip, an interview. What do people overlook? What's a blind spot that people should really schedule a haircut before?
Dates I think is a good one.
Yes.
There's been plenty of times, even though like me and my girlfriend have been together for years, I still get a little nervous at times. I'm like, yo, I should probably get dolled up, do my hair, get looking good, or like before I like, heck, if we're going out for the weekend or something like that, I'll like talk to like whoever I'm working with, or take time to like do my beard or do my hair or something like that. Podcast.
Podcast?
Is a good
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
did
this
in
podcast.
fact do my hair right before coming here. I never do that.
It looks great.
Thank you. I actually also freshly shaved before coming here, just for you guys. So.
Wow.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to look bad on a podcast that you're doing to promote your
Yeah, no,
your,
I
your
walk in-
business.
I walk in looking awful.
Wait, you freshly shaved? Dude, you grew back so fast.
No. My neck.
Oh.
Yeah, lined it in. You can see
Shit.
the nice.
You did the part that
Thank
you
you.
can't do yet. So
Oh,
I have done that to myself.
Okay.
It was.
that's
pretty
illegal. You can't do that. You
I'm
just
telling
said.
Oh man, but yeah, what would you think, Steven? Like maybe before, like a trip to the dog park, or like if you're going in to get neutered or spayed, is that a good time to get a haircut?
I mean, besides the obvious like vacations or whatnot, I mean, I don't know. I've only ever gotten a haircut when I'm just kind of over my style. It's besides that, I mean, my wedding, that was an obvious one. Maybe some funerals. That seems like, you know, obviously you want to look good for the occasion.
Yeah.
But yeah, date night, that sounds good. Job interview, that's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
you
that's
a
definitely want to
big
look
one.
professional.
Yes.
So probably not having like a weird looking haircut. Maybe getting more cleaned up.
Yes.
And if you have longer hair, I mean, maybe just getting that cleaned up too. You know, getting the dead ends and whatnot, or taking some bulk off. But yeah, besides that, it's just like, you know, those are probably the occasions I would think.
Yeah. See, I was always told that if you want a job, you shouldn't have your hair growing out. Do you think that's like still a thing today? Do people still care about that?
No.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
they do.
I have witnessed. Used to work at a corporation, but I have witnessed someone come to a job interview with Rick and Morty sweatpants on, just like a
Wow, real
t-shirt,
professional.
and then their hair had like bedhead, and they walked out with the job.
Okay.
And so, I mean, like, corporations are different, but
yes.
you know, I've always like business casual,
Mm-hmm.
do my hair, dress shoes, get that job.
So I guess like my first job, I had my hair like down to here, like it was super super long. So I guess they probably don't care. They're just, I mean, it was a pizza place. They're like, just pull it
Yeah.
back,
Right.
yeah.
They're like, you're gonna have to put that in a net.
I didn't have to wear a hairnet, thank
Yeah.
God. I did have to wear like a really ugly baseball hat that looked terrible 'cause I had so much hair, and pulling it back and having the hat on, it was like stretched out. It looked really stupid. But
I remember when I like my first job was at McDonald's, and they were like, the only facial hair you're allowed to have is a mustache, and if you have a beard, you have to wear a beard mask.
you in the military, only mustache. That's crazy.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I wasn't growing any beard hair at the time, but I was like, that would be terrible. I'd hate that.
Yeah, I feel like in our case, like in all my jobs, like by the book would have been, and all the rules that are technically still in place are you have to have your ears, you know, your hair off your ears or whatever. Cover tattoos at a restaurant that I worked at. They still had that as a rule.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, nobody in a restaurant is following this kind of stuff. But I feel like even now, the most like, you know, conservative or however you want to put it, kind of people that care about that more so care about looking clean. And like you said, it's not necessarily like a length game anymore. It's like, do you look put together? Was this intentional? Like,
yeah.
Right.
are you someone who takes care of yourself? Not necessarily like, well, you're a man and your hair comes to your shoulders, you know?
Yeah,
That's kind of weird.
I definitely feel like it's really big on that, and just make sure you look put together.
Yeah.
For our job too, especially, like if you don't look professional,
Yeah.
what makes you think somebody wants to get a haircut from you?
Right.
Like if your
True,
haircut
yeah.
looks messy and bad, it's like, I don't know if this person like is taking this serious or whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, you're like wearing your business card basically every single day,
Yeah.
as opposed to, you know, everybody gets to see your work. They don't always get to see my work, you know, but they get to see your work day in,
Yeah,
day
you're like a
out.
walking ad,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, whether you want to or not. I love it. Well, so let's talk about styling. Talking about products. How do I shop for styling products for my specific hair? If I'm in a rut, if I'm doing the same thing over and over again, how do I go about getting a different result? Are there hair products I should stick to because of my hair type?
Well, I think going to your barber would be the number one answer. Like, them seeing your hair and what it like texture and thickness, they're gonna be able to come up with the best solution for what type of product to use. I had a kid that was wanting kind of like that TikTok messy haircut, and he's been using like more of a heavy paste, and he's like, I just don't like the way it like looks. It was just, it needed something like to lift it up and give it some like volume. So I was like, hold on, buddy, I have something to try. At the school now they have texturing powder, and so I was able to go get that, put that in his hair, and you know, poof it up like how he wanted. And he's like, this is exactly it. And then he like bought some of the product there at the place. So we see all types of hair. Just ask us.
Yes.
We're going to be able to tell you exactly, or at least get you in the right direction to where you want to go.
Right.
I love it. Yeah, just like you would walk into Aeropostale and they have a Try Me, you know, there. You can't really do that with hair products in a store. You can't go and, oh, let me take a scoop of this and blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah. But at your
Right.
barber shop, he can recommend something and put it in your hair and show it to
Oh, yeah.
you.
It's like a car dealership, you know. You're not going to go to, you know, to a car dealership and the guy's like, I don't know. Honestly, I have no clue. You
I just work here.
choose one, dude.
Just make something. I don't know.
Yeah, because you're using the product, so you know.
Mhm.
Like, you know it works.
Right. You've
So-
seen it 100 times on 100 different heads already, so you have that advantage.
What are your thoughts on, and this is a little off script, but you have a lot of like companies selling products that are a bit more like natural, or at least they say that it's natural. You've got like Dr. Squatch with they not only do soap, but they do like shampoo and such. I guess what are your thoughts on that? Has that, because in all their ads they're always like, you don't want to put like these stupid chemicals in your hair or whatever. Like is that actually been like a good thing that's been being pushed? What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know too much about the quality that they're putting into it. Like, if it truly does have the chemicals or whatnot. If it's super cheap or if it's relatively affordable, I feel like it's not organic. Right? And at the same time, I don't necessarily know if being fully organic is like, if maybe that, chemicals they're using is fine. I don't know. I maybe Griffin has more knowledge on that, but I've used Dr. Squatch before. I think it's fine.
I like it. Smells good.
Smells good.
That's what matters.
I think it's both good and bad. I think it's made a lot of companies realize that people are going to be mindful nowadays, especially with like more knowledge of like what's in things. I guess like a big recommendation to anybody out there: read your products. Like, there's some not great things in some of the products that companies will lie. I mean, it's unethical and probably against the rules of whatever they're doing. But so I think that's where like a downside is, where people like companies will say something's organic and something's healthy and whatever.
You just can't take their word for it.
Yeah, you can't take their word for it half the time anymore. You have to actually do some of your own research. I know there's like little apps out there nowadays too, where you can like scan a barcode and it'll tell you if something is actually legit or if it's a little iffy.
So even for hair products?
Yeah.
Nice.
So like what I use, everything I use is all like organic based and like non-chemical based. And so I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and say like buy what I use. Like that's the only thing you can use. I mean, there's lots of good things out there, but
how often do you wash your hair? I feel like that's a good question for people to know at home.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then on the weekends.
Every other day,
every other day.
I'm so bad then.
I was like, don't wash your hair every day.
I feel this and how it's like, I just don't want it in my hair. I feel like, I'm so used to washing it and getting the product out of my hair, but I guess, I mean, if you're saying it's okay to stay in it.
I mean, a lot of the time, like, because I don't put product in my hair every single day, but I'll use like dry shampoos and stuff, just because it gives it a little bit of hold and it like makes it look less greasy. But
and there's a difference between washing and rinsing. Like, do you rinse everything?
Oh yeah, I mean, like I'll rinse my hair, I'll get all the stuff out of it,
right?
Just leave it at water, So I mean, you're still getting the product out. You're just, because every time, I guess, little education session. Every time you wash your hair, you're stripping your hair of its natural oils, and that it can lead to like breakage and damage.
Doesn't it overproduce oils then to get it back to where it?
Yeah. So if you're washing your hair like every single day, and you're like, just the next day my hair feels so greasy, it's your scalp is completely stripped of what it naturally needs. So then you're like. Your scalp essentially freaks out. It's like, oh my gosh, I better pump out more oil to combat this, and that's usually kind of a downside to it.
Gotcha.
That makes sense. Yeah. Well, we've all been there on like the struggle bus days of like, we have to grab something from the dollar store, and it works. But yeah, you look at the ingredients; it's not very organic. But also, like, aside from it not being as good for you, like somehow the 24 extra ingredients makes it way less effective too. Like, is that one of the reasons you grab for organic stuff, is because in the everyday usage of it, it's actually more effective to have like 3 ingredients as opposed to like 29?
I think it kind of just depends a lot of the times, because I mean, not everything expensive is good, not everything cheap is bad.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot of products out there that are really, really great, that are actually good, like aren't going to damage your hair or anything like that, make you go bald or anything like that, that are really cheap. That's where I say like it really comes down to ingredient base, and that's why like more people should educate themselves, because like you said, with like 3 ingredient products, it's like it could be really good or it could be completely terrible.
Nice.
And it's just kind of like a roll of the dice. So
Right.
less doesn't always mean better, but it also can mean it's better at the same time. It's like it's a double-ended sword where you're like, I guess I just gotta look it up.
Right.
Yeah.
But sometimes like some of those extra product or like extra components in it, they're necessary and you need it, and that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna be bad for you. It's just something that they had to put in to have it do what you want it to do or whatever it may
Yeah.
be.
Are there any like companies or products that you would call out for just being like it's total bull crap? Any that you hate?
Oh, dude.
Or either one of you?
Influencer products.
Okay.
I was gonna say like Jake Paul's.
Yeah. Anything.
Oh, does
from
he
a-
have hair products?
It's more. I think it's deodorant. Maybe
He's
hair?
got like
Oh,
deodorant,
okay.
hair pomade, and stuff like that. Anything that comes from some YouTuber or something.
Sure.
If you look at it and read through it, it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's bad for your skin. It's bad for your hair.
They're gonna
It's-
cut as many corners as
Yeah.
possible.
Sure.
I mean,
Yeah.
because you think about it, when you're making a product, obviously you want to make money off of said product.
Right.
So the cheaper route you can take, and some of those people out there, not really worried about the ethics of it. They're gonna
Right.
just cut the corners. I mean, like,
Or the quality, because nobody's coming back as a return. They're not trying to build a, hair brand that stands by itself and outdoes L'Oreal or whatever. They're just trying to cash in right now, right?
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Or
It's
just
Instagram.
supporting their favorite influencers.
Yeah. I was gonna say, because I mean, like going back to like kids going and like getting their hair cut, they leave and they're like, oh my gosh, Mr. Beast has a hair product, I should use it. Like, it's like they're
Of course.
gonna go for whatever influencer is, and it doesn't matter to the person. All they care about is making money. Versus like there's
Yeah.
like really good companies out there. Like I'm a really big fan of like Ruzel products,
Oh,
and they're really adamant about like, we don't care if you like us, we don't care if you like our haircuts we post. Like, we make a good product and we care about the individual. We're not really too high strung about the other stuff, and I think that's like a kind of a good show of like
Amen.
if something's good or not. And that's not saying Ruzel's the only good product, but
Right.
that's
Right.
my favorite. So
That's like my go-to. I think
Mm.
Griffin showed me Ruzel products. Like, I mean, whenever I first started coming to you for
Yeah.
haircuts, probably I don't know, years ago,
Mm-hmm.
I have not switched it up. I just find like the way it holds everything about it. It's exactly what I want for a hair
so
product.
sponsor us.
Right.
Please, but no, like
we need another
realistically,
sponsor.
It's a good company. I do wonder like what happens when there's too many hair product companies.
I think just
Mm.
the lower end ones, the ones that don't have the money, kind of fizzle out. I mean, it's like one of the oldest pomades out there is a brand called Murray's. It's been around forever, and your face, like you haven't heard of it, but it's just a cheap hair product that you can buy at like CVS or Walgreens or whatever. But the saturation of the market kind of pushes them under, and they're like, we got our demographic. Like, I know a lot of dudes that do like the greaser haircuts, like the slick backs and all that. They'll use
Right.
it. It's also really good for like African American hair, so like doing braids and stuff like that. They have like versatile products, and they're all really affordable. It's a good company, but I think just the oversaturation of like the market kind of puts it out. Like, see, then when you go to Walmart, you find Old Spice, Crew, Axe, the Logan Paul, whatever. Like, there's so much stuff now that's like, I feel like a lot of people gravitate towards like those bigger names because they recognize it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be the good thing.
Yeah. Well, Old Spice has always had like an incredible ad campaign, like for years. So I mean, I used to use it pretty much because of the ads,
Right.
and everything.
Right.
So
They work.
Yeah.
They work. Yeah, it's like the market does grow though too over time. So like there's more room every year for more hair products because there's more users. But I love it. Okay, anyways, well, so with style, hairstyles, like any style, is cyclical. What styles from the past need to see the light of day once more, and what needs to stay in the past?
I would love for flat tops to come back.
Yes.
Something about it.
Duke Nukem.
Exactly. So like for me, I have too big of a head. I don't think I could pull it off. But something about a nice clean flat top, it's just nice. I had a classmate. He gave a flat top and he came up to me and high-fived me, and he said, "Flat as the earth, brother." I was like, sure.
Amen.
Yeah.
Straight at the camera.
Yeah.
I would definitely agree with that. More flat tops. Flat tops are sweet, especially like the 50s ones that they like call like with fenders, and it just kind of like folds back a little bit in the front, like the fenders of a car. Those are sweet. I want more people to get them.
Traditional haircuts just don't get enough love.
Yeah, just anything old school. I mean,
Pompadours.
it's stayed the test of time for a reason. Yeah, I just had a kid the other day actually. He's like, I want a pompadour. I'm like, for real? All right, deal. I did it. And didn't even ask twice. I was like, you sure? Cool.
Respect.
Just the classics are always great. I think one to be left in the past. It could go away now. I'd be content as the like little TikToker haircuts with the perm on top and have it hang in your eyes. It's like I don't know about that one, but
If the girls like it, you know.
yeah, if the girls like it, whatever. But
I had a kid today who had essentially that, and I was like, I said to him, I was like, you know what your hair reminds me of? And he's like, what? And I was like popcorn. When it pops in the, you know what I mean? And he's like, honestly, I get that a lot.
I really
That's not a compliment.
I've had some kids come in with like really intense perms. I'm like, you ever seen like an uncooked block of ramen?
Yes.
Like I think like no shame on people getting perms. Like if you want a little
No
bit of
shame on
volume to your
ramen.
hair or whatever, like get a perm. But like sometimes if like you get a weird haircut with it and it's just dangling in your eyes, it just looks a little silly. But
It's
Is
like
that
those,
the Justin Bieber haircut of our time? You know, the
Yeah,
Justin
I think
Bieber
so.
swoop?
Definitely.
I don't know. I might be biased because I had that haircut, but I feel like that haircut was better. I'd rather do that haircut than the perm top fade on the sides thing.
Yeah. I remember. You ever seen those memes where there's one where it's like a scrawny little Chihuahua dog with like the curly hair
Oh,
on
yeah.
top. It's like, oh my gosh, Aiden looks so cute.
Dude,
It's just
that's so real. I feel like the biggest tell that it's like a haircut that is destined to be made fun of forever is like when the like moms are
girl.
making memes of it.
Oh yeah.
And it's like, I like as soon as like just house moms are like, dude, make a meme about this. It's like I saw one where it was like a deer like standing up out of a bush and it had like a bunch of sticks and branches stuck on its forehead and its antlers. It was hanging down in his eyes and it was like every 14-year-old boy.
Yeah.
And that was like a mom that shared that online. I was like, that's crazy. If moms are making fun of you through memes, then it's probably a sign.
Or maybe worse, if moms on Facebook are saying this is really cool, this should be a trend.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's true.
Because I mean, like, there's some cool moms out there. My mom was super cool, but like,
My mom was cool too.
yeah, Clifford's mom was cool. I believe it, but it's like, I don't know. Just as some reason, I guess it could be that thing where you're like, oh, moms don't know what's cool because they're not with the times or whatever. But
They can at least know what's stupid.
they I was gonna say they know what's dumb. They definitely know what's stupid, and I think as soon as like the moms are making fun of you, it's like. That's the sign.
I think I remember you, like probably the last time I got a haircut with you, you were talking about, because this whole thing with Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce?
Yeah.
Kelce, right?
Yeah.
I'm not sports guy. You were saying how like that cut that he had was all of a sudden like getting popular, and like guys were coming in like, can you give me the Travis Kelce? Like all of a sudden it was the Travis Kelce. Is that still a thing?
Not so much Travis Kelce, but that it was definitely weird because it's like their haircuts that have existed for a long time.
Right.
And it's just like one person. I don't want to name any names, but someone in this room's wife sent me a photo of Travis Kelce for their haircut. So, someone in here. And I was just, it was
Could
a
have been
I'm
the
not
one
married.
married person.
Hey, Steven's
sorry,
married
sorry,
too. You never know.
Steven's married.
Yeah, see that.
But so
I'm
one,
out.
one of the two in here. But it's I don't know. It's just kind of it's really funny to see how trends go, where it's like one person is then
Yeah.
it's like that's it. Like Brad Pitt and Fury, that was a big haircut, and then Thor Ragnarok, whenever he cut all his hair off. When those trailers came out, dude, it was like
Yeah.
I think I was one of them for you.
you were, yep,
Yeah.
he was.
Make me
It
look
was
like
like, and
Thor.
I mean, like whatever, it's not a big deal, but I just think it's hilarious when people come in, they're like, hit me with this. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
you're the 7th person to show
Right.
me that exact photo today.
Top Gun. Did Top Gun have a little bit of or is that more of a mustache
I
draw?
had a couple guys come in and they won the stash like from Top Gun.
Love it.
Not too much the haircuts. I had I don't know. I think like the big haircuts that were like photos have been like Travis Kelce, Brad Pitt, and Fury, and
Yeah.
what was the other one? I said? I'm just
For
blanking.
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok. Yeah. Sorry.
Has the Travis Kelce haircut slowed down since after the Super Bowl?
yeah, that might do it.
I definitely make a point to brag to every KC fan that comes in. Just like, Eagles fly, baby. And then they probably don't want to show me a photo of Travis Kelce.
That's gonna make me want to come in with movie haircuts that are just impossible. Like,
Dude, please
can you make
do.
me blue like the Avatar people? You know, like-
Just show a picture of a Muppet.
Yes.
Edward Scissorhands.
I love-
Can you do that?
Dude, I love when people give me some weird photos just for reference photos. like Mrs. Barth, Chad's wife.
Yeah.
She sent me a photo of a like a stallion horse with like a golden mane. She's like, can you make me look like this? I'm like, I love this reference photo. Yes. So
I think I just brought in a plain stick figure one time.
yeah, that was a good one. That's top tier. It's just like, can you make me look like this? It was like a
Make me
stick
10
figure.
pounds.
Make me look like Simba from the
I had,
Lion King.
I had a buddy come in, and I guess it's a little bit less funny because it was a friend. It would have been funnier if it was a stranger, but he's like, can you hit me with this? And it was a photo of Kim Jong-un. And I was like, sweet, yeah, I got you.
Let's do that.
Or is that one kid that sang "I Will Always Love You"? The bowler hat, the bowler hair, whatever, bowler.
Oh, a bowl cut. Oh,
Yeah, the bowl cut.
Oliver Tree. Man, I look. Up
Oh,
to
Oliver
Oliver
Tree,
would be
yeah.
a great cut. The bullet, you know.
Oliver Tree has the
Or
best
I'm gonna start doing
haircuts.
that to you now.
Give
Just-
me weird photos.
I just looked up a picture of the hamburger helper mascot. just I'm gonna find some funny stuff.
Please
So,
do.
so no hair then. Just no hair.
Just stick a glove over your head.
Yes. I thought you were gonna say the Hamburglar from McDonald's.
The Hamburglar.
That's another one.
That'd be sweet. That'd be tight.
Can't even see his hair. It's like making you look like this.
I love it. Well, this episode is brought to you by, you guessed it, Rad Media. So many memories are lost to tape decay. If you have VHS, compact tapes, or any medium of analog picture, it is in the process of disappearing. Pass along a glimpse into your childhood to generations to come, or pass them. No, there was no or in there. I didn't do that. Call or text 309-200-5229, and thank you to Rad Media for sponsoring this episode. Now, what are the hallmarks of a good shave, and how can you tell what's just sensitive skin and what's a shaving mishap? And you should find a different barber.
Anytime you have bleeding,
That's not
And there's
normal.
blood.
no, if there's blood, some cuts, lacerations on your face, maybe dip out. I don't know. I think for like sensitive skin, I mean, just redness or anything like that. I've had plenty of clients where they're a little bit of sensitive skin, and their face will get real red, and especially like in the beginning when I first started doing shaves, I'd like, oh my god, dude, I push too hard. What's going on? And especially like you slap some aftershave on, their face gets redder, and you're like, ooh. But I mean, completely normal. It's just what happens. But
Right.
get a little paranoid. But I mean, a little redness, perfectly fine. Never hurt nobody.
Yeah.
For me, it's like this is gonna sound weird, but like the really hairy guys, I'm like, do you want a neck shave, please?
you
You need
want
it.
that better than a regular?
Because like when you put the shaving cream on and then you just take that one swipe and it's just all that hair to just clean,
Wow.
you know. Not
It's
to be
the
weird.
extremely satisfying thing we didn't know we were missing.
Yeah. You guys don't know that because you're your eyes are this way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But our eyes is that
You
way.
should start
on
like
it.
a TikTok account or something.
right.
Like set up a camera while
Dude, you
you.
could use Rad Media.
Back
It'll make
shade.
you
Yeah.
Yes.
Ah,
We'll
there
strap
you
a
go.
GoPro to your
You should call
face.
309-200-5229.
That's right. No, that's
Back
yeah,
shave
but like,
Steve.
how? What's the harder one to shave? Is it like just if somebody is naturally like goosebumps or something, or like more textured
The-
skin, or
Oh,
does
yeah.
the hair type kind of make it more difficult with anybody?
I would say the older men whose skin is like sun-dried tomatoes.
Oh,
It's just super wrinkly,
Delicious.
and like no matter how like much you stretch it, it's just still has like deep, like just all over the place, like up
Rocky
and down,
Mountains.
and it's just like this is gonna be a hazard.
Oh yeah.
So you just use your trimmers and you act like you're like okay, and then you just kind of brush over.
Yeah, the wrinkly skin's definitely a big one. Or it's like you're like, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
I used to have this group of guys that would come into the first place I worked, and they were all great guys. They would all come in every other Wednesday, and they'd go to Maggie Miley's. Not a shout out, but
Nice.
they would go
Please,
there
though.
every Wednesday for Whiskey Wednesdays, and they were like, we want face shaves and haircuts. And one of the guys that I would get in my chair, he was just real wrinkly faced, and I was like, I cannot shave this. So I would knock it down with like trimmers, and I would use like a foil shaver to knock down the stubble, and be
Mhm.
like, oh, this is just to like prep the skin before you shave it. And he goes, modern tech, crazy. And, he's like, "Yep." And then I would lather them up and take the disposable razor out of my straight razor, so it's just no blade. I would just
Right.
sit there and just
Just
basically just
wiping the-
wipe away the shaving cream. And I do like the hot towel and the aftershave, the powder, all that jazz.
Full service.
Full service. And
Yeah.
then I'd go to ring him up, and he'd be like, "This is too cheap." I'm like, I make enough money. I'm good. I like you so. And then he would. I don't know if he ever mentioned it to his friends that he got his shaves for free and no one else did. But I'm sure that was probably some fun bar stories where they're like, I'm definitely his favorite.
Modern technology. Wait till he finds about self-driving cars. Have you
Because
heard of
it's-
blow his mind?
Don't even talk to him about AI.
yeah.
You ever heard of a Rivian? They drive themselves. It's crazy.
I saw one.
I saw one of those once. The guy had no hands on the wheel.
Just tell me you use your mind to drive those.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Neuralink.
All right. Well, tattoo artists do cover-ups. They bring new creativity to what was once a mistake. What are the best and worst parts of shaping a self-cut or a botched barbering? Best and worst parts.
I think the best part of fixing up a botched haircut is it can't get worse.
Yeah.
You're really it's uphill from here. I hope. I don't know. It gives you less worry, I think, which is cool. Like I've had, especially after COVID, a lot of home haircuts I had to fix up. And it's
Yeah.
like, ooh, all right. I'll do what I can, but I definitely think like the worst part though is depending on how butchered up it is. Like if it was real bad, you're like, I can only do so much for this.
Right.
I'm sorry. Yeah. You're gonna have to grow out some parts. They're like, well, what do I do? I'm like, hats are really cool. Hats are really in nowadays, dude.
Could shave it all.
Yeah, I could get buzz cut. That'd be sweet.
I actually had a guy today who came in because we were closed on a day he needed a haircut, and he's like, I went to, you could probably guess, like I don't know,
Great clips,
yeah,
something like
somewhere
that.
like that.
One of those quick
Yeah.
places.
And he's
Corporate,
like, if you can't tell, and I like clearly saw like lines that just grew out too heavy, and it's just like his hair was like choppy, and he's like, so can you? And I was like, I got you. I know exactly what you need, bud. And so you just it is
Saved
nice.
his life.
Yeah, it's nice to like also when you do that, people are going to want to come back to you because they see that where they went last time wasn't a good idea, or they didn't get what they wanted, but this person took the effort, put the time in, gave them what they wanted.
Wow. You're like gaining clientele out of that. Like
Yeah.
you're
Oh,
showing
yeah,
them a new way to
definitely.
do it.
Yeah, I've definitely gained a couple clients after trying to fix someone else's haircut. They're like, I'm just gonna come to you. It's like, go, works for me.
Sweet. Building
But-
it back.
Plan ahead though. Stop going to places last
Yeah.
night.
Stop going
It's
to
like
Great
a-
Clips.
one of my buddies, he had to go for I don't know, the like military reserve stuff, and he like couldn't get a hold of me because I was working, and he ended up trying to fade his own hair, and then he FaceTimes me, and then he's like, I got some bad news. And he like pans out, and he just shaved his head. I was like, all right, dude.
I'll see you in a few months.
Yeah, he's like, could I come in next month before I have to go away for the weekend again? I'm like, you sure can.
I feel like if you've never given someone a haircut, probably don't start with yourself in a mirror.
Right.
Yeah, right.
That's pretty.
Yeah, ruin
ambitious.
someone else's hair first.
Yeah, that's the hardest cut to do, is to be reversed at a mirror and trying to. I mean, you
definitely
tell
not
me.
easy.
But
It's
that's-
definitely hard. My last haircut I did myself. It was hard. It's not easy.
Yeah, I would never be able to do that.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. Yes. Sweet. Well,
Everybody,
we
Steven
only
has
have
to take a
one
number
last
2
question.
real quick. So
And
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
he's
kidding.
just
I
waiting.
lied.
no, you're good. You're good.
We don't want you here for the outro.
You've cut other places. You've chosen to call Bloomington home now, Griffin, and you're cutting out in Decatur. But what makes the people of Bloomington your ideal clientele?
I think the Bloomington has a really cool kind of niche community. I feel like of people that have the personality like small town folk. It feels like you're in like a little farmer town, but you're in a big city.
Mhm.
I think that's a really cool aspect. That and a lot of people in Bloomington, not all. I've definitely had my fair share of ones that I did not care for, but most people in town that I've met are kind of just like hardworking, like individuals that respect one another, and I think that's the thing I've liked a lot about Bloomington. I've been to a lot of places, lived in a lot of places. Not everyone is the same as in Bloomington, so Bloomington definitely has a unique subset of people where, like, I don't know, a lot of people give you a chance, I think, too, which is really cool around here. Like, I've had people in my chair that I'll cut their hair and we'll get along great. I'll see them at the gym, say what's up, and get along really, really well, but then I sit back and I'm like, where I grew up, we would not be friends.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you would make fun of me. I would probably think you're a jerk. Like, whatever. But I don't know. Bloomington's just got a unique group of people in it that is pretty cool. Bloomington also, I think, is just a lot going on in it.
Yeah.
Very, I don't know. Just very friendly, very cool, very relaxed for being a bigger city.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of, and this is like, like I'm gonna probably practice in different places too, but moving around, one thing I've realized is everybody can find something in common. You can find one thing. It's just you have to kind of ask the right questions to get to it. And so, like, Bloomington people pretty well. I've moved from Champaign to Springfield
Steven's moving to Bloomington next.
to Washington, no, I'm not, to Peoria. And so you can find something in common with someone. You just have to ask all the right questions or spend a long time trying to find that right one.
Yes. I love it. Well, thank you again. At Brimstone Barber on Instagram. Get yourself scheduled downtown Bloomington, or walk-ins only. It's walk-ins only over there. South Taylor Street, south side of Decatur, there at the one and only Lockhart's
Barber College.
So
Yes, sir.
thank
Yeah.
you guys again
Can-
for joining us.
I also just want to say this view right here with the picture, it's giving the
this guy?
Spider-Man meme where he's sitting at the desk with the
I have
picture
no
of him
idea who
behind
this
him.
guy is.
Yeah,
This
you
guy
know what? You're
this
right. I
guy's
was
really cool, though.
I
He
was
looks good.
mistaken.
I
Yeah,
love
I
how it
was.
showed up mid-episode.
He's a good-looking guy, though.
I saw him switch it out while you were
during
doing an
an
ad
ad
read.
read,
I don't know what you're talking about. That just popped up there.
Yeah, I just, maybe I was mistaken.
Wow.
Shout Chad and Clifford.
Oh,
Greatest
thanks.
hosts I've ever been around. So
This is the best podcast you've ever been on.
this is
I would say so.
I don't think I've never been on a podcast. I don't think I'll ever do another because of how great this one is. So.
Wow.
No, you've been on a billion podcasts, and we're the
Grand.
best.
You guys made
But
it easy.
thank you. Yeah, thanks for being on.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Wow.
it.
And If you're watching this, you should be subscribed right now. 60 viewers, 10 subscribers. Guys, let's
Attack
hit
that subscribe button.
Let's
And
go.
Hit that bell.
Follow us on Instagram for the clips,
If you don't
Facebook for the
subscribe,
clips.
you're on my shit
And
list.
watch out
We'll
for
kill
TikTok.
you.
It's
Oh
coming.
my
Sorry.
There's our-
JK.